Shalom Akim, first and foremost. I want to give all praises and all glory to the true and living power, which is Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakah Kwadash. Yahweh is the true name of the Heavenly Father. Yahweh Shai is the true name of His only begotten Son, and there is no God beside them. And I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, who definitely rule well and who have taught us His truth, and honors and citations to the elect Akim doing these works in sincerity and in truth. So I want to get into the word legacy, and of course this lesson comes, the inspiration of this lesson comes from, the sit down that the various elders from the South are having, and the elder from Mississippi, Salaki, forgot the elder's name, but yeah, he mentioned, well, they all mentioned a legacy, and then he mentioned how we pretty much inherited a legacy from about 4,000 years ago. Now there had to come the falling away first, according to 2 Thessalonians, which is prophecy. We had to go through that falling away first, but now we are picking it back up and striving to the legacy of being an Israelite. Okay? So, that point just inspired me to do this lesson through the Spirit. So, getting the definition of the word legacy, which the elders was already getting into. It said a gift by will, especially of money or other personal property. It says something transmitted by or received from an ancestor or predecessor or from the past. See? And that's something that was transmitted, or that's something that we received from our ancestors, our forefathers, was the birthright. Okay? Which is the blessing of Yahweh Ba'ashem Shai. So let me get a little bit more of a definition. And then I'll get into the scriptures. Here it goes. It's the did you know? In a basic meaning, a legacy is a gift of money or other personal property. So I'll just read it to the point of the context in which it applies to us. It says a legacy is a gift or personal property that's granted by terms of a will. You see that? So the personal property is that birthright. And the birthright will be granted to us by terms of a will. Now it's going to be granted to all the Israelites. Period. But we want it to be granted to us during that first round trip, like brothers like to say. Meaning we don't want to have to die on the side. We want to get delivered and saved in the chariots to receive it. Now let me just make one more point and then get into the scriptures. Tie it all in. It says examples of legacy in the sentence, because there's different type of legacies, as it says right here. But the word is used much more broadly as well. Okay? And here's different examples of how it could be used in sentences. So she left us a legacy of $1 million. That's like the what applies to us, but the birthright. Our forefathers Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, through Yahweh, have left us the legacy of the birthright. Another sentence. He left his legacy, Salaki. He left his children a legacy of love and respect. It says the war left a legacy of pain and suffering. Her artistic legacy lives on through her children. You see that? So in this first definition, you get, the birthright meaning. the birthright type of meaning. You know, in the which, like it says in number 1, a gift by will of personal property. Okay, so something left in a will for his pretty much for his children. But then you also got you know, when you pretty much is like a trailblazer, so to speak, and you are so successful at your job, you know, the world kind of admires you. And now you like Michael Jackson, he left a legacy. He's like a legend. You know, that probably ties into the word legacy. He's like a legend. He left a legacy because of how talented he was with dancing. You know, Michael Jordan left a legacy because he was like a trailblazer in the NBA world. All right, so with those two definitions being said, without further ado, let me get into the scriptures. All right, so this is the book of Romans, chapter 9, verse 4. All right, getting to the legacy that's left for us in the terms of what? The will, a will of personal property left to someone's children. And this is the book of Romans, chapter 9. And I'll start at verse 3. In the essence of time, it says, "For I could wish that myself were accursed from Hamashiach for my brethren, my kinsmen, according to the flesh, who are Israelites, to whom pertaineth the adoption," right? Because what's that in the book of Hosea? It said, "Name him Lo Ami, for you are not my children." Meaning what? The Most High put us away. Let me just get that. Hosea 1:10. "Yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured nor numbered. And it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, Ye are not my people, there it shall be said unto them, Ye are the sons of the living power." See? So the Lord had put us away, but what? He adopted us back. Okay? He adopted us right back. And yo, man, I'll keep it a stack, man. I had these 2 cats, just for an example, and I only needed them to be on guard. All right, but pretty much now that I don't need them to be on guard, I got rid of them. You know, I gave them up pretty much. Now, if I ever needed them again or wanted to get them back, I would have to ultimately adopt them back. You know, say you give anybody give their animals up to like a shelter or something, you would have to adopt those animals back after you put them away. You know, just an example of how the Lord did us. He put us away, but now He's adopting us back. That's why I say, to whom pertaineth the adoption and the glory. Okay? The glory going into the kingdom, the chariots, the spiritual powers, the salvation the glorious salvation that we're going to receive. This all pertains to the Israelites. This is all part of the birthright, the blessing of the birthright, man. All right, the legacy that's left for us. But it said, but remember in his definition it says that's granted by the terms of a will. So we got to fulfill the terms. You had that in that show Power, where Ghost, he left a legacy, you know, a certain amount of, in the definition of legacy being a certain amount of money in that case, but there was terms to it. The only way his son could get that money that he left him was that he had to get a college degree, at a certain GPA, I believe. And he couldn't tap into none of that money unless he fulfilled the terms of Ghost's will. So it was like the same thing for us, if you want to be the elect. So that beautiful legacy that our forefathers left for us, we have to pick up that plow and earn it and work for it, which is a blessing and an honorable thing, and we're lucky to be a part of it. It says in the covenants, which was one part of the covenant. The second part of the covenant, the second covenant, is that the law, statutes, and commandments are going to be written in our inward parts, making us ultimately eternals. Meaning what? We're never going to die again. That's the reason why we died in the first place. Okay, when Adam ate of the fruit that he wasn't supposed to, so to speak, meaning sin. When Adam sinned, that's when death came in. Before that, we couldn't die because we were perfect. So part of that covenant is us living forever. That is how can you beat that? That's a legacy for the ages, man. That's left behind for us. So, this is getting into, knowing what we're a part of. And then you got this hating ass Ninja E, hating ass heathens on the sidelines, hating, trying to disrupt us and our legacy. It says, in the giving of the law, in the service of the Most High, and the promises. Okay? Let me move on to my next scripture. This is the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 7, verse 9. It says, I'll get into it for the interest of time. 2nd Esdras 7 and 9. If this city now were given unto a man for an inheritance, right? Talking about the city where it's all good things, representing the kingdom of heaven. If this city now, which is going to be on earth, if this city now were given unto a man for an inheritance, if he never shall pass the danger set before it, how shall he receive this inheritance? And I said, it is so, Lord. Then said he unto me, even so also is Israel's portion. See? So the kingdom, which is, part of the legacy, because that's part of the birthright, right? The blessing of the birthright, as I was just getting into Romans, the 9th chapter, the kingdom being a part of it, is whose portion? Israel's portion. See? So this is the legacy of Israel. You so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and natives. All right? Let me get one more about, this legacy that's left for us. Being that birthright. This is Genesis chapter 27, verse 28. Therefore, the Most High give thee of the dew of heaven, and the fatness of the earth, and plenty of corn and wine. And the dew of heaven and the fatness of the earth just means extremely extremely fertile soil. All right, meaning we're gonna have an abundance, man. We're gonna have an abundance of different foods, trees, the best of everything, man. We're gonna have an abundance of the best of everything. Okay? Everything probably is gonna grow in our land. Everything. Here in America, I don't think oranges really grow in PA or Jersey. All the orange. Hey, they say California is the breadbasket of the United States. A lot of different states don't grow certain things, man. You got to get it shipped on a truck to your state. All right, like they say, Georgia peaches. A lot of peaches probably don't even grow in every state, in most states. But the reason why you got peaches at your Walmart and all that, or your giant supermarkets, is because of Georgia pumping it out. But our land is going to be so fertile, it's probably going to grow everything, man. That's part of that blessing. We're not going to have to depend on no other nation to bless us with anything. We're going to have, Yahweh Shemashai is going to bless us with everything, man. Verse 29 says, let people serve thee, and nations bow down to thee. Yeah, so all these beautiful things that are going to be growing in our land, giving us a beautiful abundance, we're not going to have to reap not a thing of it. Yahweh Shai said that. Thou knew I was austere, reaping what I did not sow. Yeah, because he's the boss, you know? So we're going to be like a bunch of bosses under Yahweh Shai, under King David. You know, and of course under Yahweh, man. The most high power, the only power that exists, man. So it says, be Lord over thy brethren, and let thy mother's sons bow down to thee. Cursed be everyone that curseth thee, and blessed be he that blesseth thee. And it came to pass, as soon as Isaac had made an end of blessing Jacob, and Jacob was yet scarce gone from the presence of Isaac his father, that Esau his brother came in from his hunting. Okay, so this is the beautiful, beautiful, wonderful blessing of a legacy that's left for the children of Israel, man. Okay, but we want to be the ones that get it on that first round trip. We want to be the ones on that first round trip that's really going to get that blessing, man. You know, beamed up in the chariots, not having to start all over, but having our conscience still of everything, you know, that we went through on this side, never tasting of death. Okay? So, you know, the legacy, knowing what we're a part of, man. You know, that's a gift for us. And I want to get into, you know, the second part of legacy. As it says here in using the sentence, her artistic legacy lives on through her children. Because while we are putting our hand to the plow, enter into other men's labors, right? Give it diligence to make our call and election sure. We're actually leaving our own little legacies behind from putting this beautiful work in this sense of the definition of legacy, of just leaving behind such of a beautiful and excellent work that it's going to be talked about for generations. You know, like I said, the Michael Jacksons, the Kobe Bryants, you know, the Michael Jordans, the prophets, the men of the Lord. We're going to have like our own little legacies, man, to where we're going to be greatly honored amongst our people. Okay? And this is, so just doing these works leaves a legacy, man. This is Second Esdras. This is the book of Second Esdras, chapter 2. Matter of fact, let me start here. Let me go to this one first. I better hurry, get up. Phone about to die. Zephaniah chapter 3, verse 19. It says, behold, at that time I will undo all that afflict thee, and I will save her that halteth, and gather her that was driven out. Talking about the Israelites who were driven out of our land. The northern kingdom with the Assyrian captivity, and the southern kingdom started with the Babylonian captivity, and now, hey, even all the way up to the so-called white man, you know, us fleeing in the western region of Africa, the so-called white man grabbing us, bringing us over here as slaves. We were just driven out of the land, man, and we didn't really even get to enjoy it as one nation, you know. It says, and I will get them praise and fame in every land where they have been put to shame. Okay? And you got a lot of people, a lot of these heathens, man, they are quick to call you the N-word, boy. They are quick to call you the S-word if you are a so-called Hispanic, man. You know, believe it or not. You know, I got I know a Ishmaelite. He uses the N-word with hatred, okay? Because he uses it when he's riding around with this Northern Kingdom dude. He'll use the N-word. Then when he's riding around with me, he'll use the S-word when he's driving a truck and, you know, somebody of that nation pisses him off. So that's just part of us being put to shame. You know, you shouldn't be calling us that. You know, but the fact that they call us that is a part of being put to shame, being that proverb and a byword amongst all these heathens. But we're going to get praise and fame, okay, in these lands. All of Israel is. But hey, the hopeful elect even chiefly more. Because this is our second Ezra chapter. Why? Because we left that legacy as well. This is second Ezra 2:47. You know, in the sense of this sentence right here. You know. So this is the book of second Ezra, chapter 2, verse 47. Says right to the point. Says, so he answered and said unto me, it is the Son of the Most High, whom they have confessed in the world. See? And that's going to leave a legacy, man. Standing up for righteousness when it wasn't cool to, when you putting your life on the line to do so. Then began I greatly to commend them that stood so stiffly for the name of the Lord. See? So if Edges begin to commend them that stood so stiffly for the name of the Lord, how much more everybody else, man? You know, how much more everybody else when it's all said and done? Okay? So we're going to get commended. Real quick definition of the word commend. To recommend as worthy of confidence or notice. Who we gonna get put on notice? Hey, these are the men. You know, we might have certain crowns that's that's more special than the rest, but we gonna get put on notice, man. All right, to mention with approbation or praise. You know, we're gonna get a extra special praise for doing these work. And of course, not the same praise as Yahweh Shema Shai. All right, maybe a lowercase p. You know, I don't know, man. But we're gonna get, like I said, we're gonna get put on notice. All right, and we're gonna get applauded for the legacy that we left behind. You know, like I said once again, in this sense of, you know, how it says her artistic legacy lives on through her children. Our brave legacy of rising, our brave righteous legacy of having faith and going against the whole world, that's gonna live on as well. You know, so legacy, man. All praise and glory to Yahweh Shema Shai. With that, I'm gonna say shalom.